I went to the airport to pick up my best friend. We made a deal to get back together for an all-night gaming session. Instead, a gorgeous woman walked out and stood in front of me. My brain stalled when she said my name. I'd known that voice for 20 years. And now you're telling me this is my best friend. My whole world just short-circuited, and she wants to stay at my place. I was standing at the arrivals gate, holding a beat-up piece of cardboard. Scrawled on it in shaky black marker were the words, "Welcome home, Sam." People were swarming all around me. Some lady kept staring at me, probably thinking I looked like some kind of idiot. That jerk, Sam. He promised we'd party up and run games all night as soon as he got back. Then he insisted I had to be the one to pick him up from the airport. Said he had a surprise for me. I glanced down at my phone. The flight should have landed by now. Why wasn't he out yet? Don't tell me he got lost. The dope used to get lost all the time. I sighed and looked back up at the exit. And that's when I saw her. Long hair, trench coat, pulling a roller suitcase. She was standing about 15 feet away from me, smiling at me. I froze for a second, then instinctively looked away. Damn, she was beautiful. Pale skin, bright eyes, legs for days. But I wasn't in the mood to check out women right now. I had to find my friend. I checked my phone again. Was this joker really going to stand me up? I was starting to get annoyed. When I looked up again, the woman was still there, and still looking at me. I frowned. Are people this direct about hitting on strangers now? She started walking toward me, and stopped right in front of me. Leo, she spoke. Her voice was nice, and a little familiar. I was stunned. Who are you? She smiled, her eyes crinkling. Go blind while I was gone. That tone, that smart-ass delivery. My brain buzzed like it had been struck by lightning. You don't recognize your best friend of 20 years. My mouth hung open. I couldn't form a single word. Sam. She waved a hand in front of my face. Who else? I stared at her, trying to find a single familiar trace in her face. But there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. The tomboy who used to climb trees with me to raid birds' nests. The buddy who could chug 5 beers in a row without breaking a sweat. Was now standing in front of me. Long, flowing hair. A dazzling smile. I choked on my words. How did you? She raised an eyebrow. How did I turn into a girl? I nodded, like a complete moron. She shrugged. I was always a girl. I continued to stand there, dumbfounded. But you didn't notice when we took baths together as kids. I tried to rack my brain. I think that might have happened, but we were like 5 or 6. Who remembers that stuff? And she stopped doing that soon after, anyway. Said she was shy. I just figured it was a guy thing, puberty. Turns out. Then you. I looked at her now. Why now? I just grew my hair out while I was studying abroad, she said, as if it were nothing. I was still reeling from shock. Let's go, she said, tugging my arm. What are you spacing out for? I automatically took her suitcase and followed her like a zombie. My brain was a complete mess. Sam, a girl, long hair, beautiful. The words were in a 5-car pileup in my head. We got to the parking garage. I put her suitcase in the trunk. She casually opened the passenger side door and slid in. As she buckled her seatbelt, her long hair cascaded over her shoulder. I just stood outside the car, watching the scene unfold. It felt completely surreal. You getting in? She asked, rolling down the window to look at me. That snapped me back to reality. I walked around to the driver's side and got in. My hand was shaking a little as I started the car. Where are you staying? I asked. Your place. My hand slipped on the wheel. I nearly drove the car straight into a concrete pillar. What? She turned to look at me. I haven't found a place yet, so I'm crashing with you for a bit. I took a deep breath. I don't think that's a good idea. She smiled. What? Afraid I'm gonna eat you? She used to say that all the time. But back then, she was Sam, my best friend, my brother. And now, I stuck a glance at her, the soft line of her profile, her long eyelashes. Eyes on the road, she said. I quickly looked away. It's not that. I tried to argue. I only have one bed. You could take the couch, she said, matter-of-factly. I was speechless. Something about this conversation fell off. She was always the one who ended up on the couch. Sam, I said, trying to sound serious. Yeah, are you really a girl? She turned her head, looking me straight in the eye. Then she took my hand and placed it on her chest. The softness I felt through the fabric was undeniable. I snatched my hand back like I'd been burned. You believe me now? She asked calmly. My ears were on fire. Yeah, I said, my voice a little hoarse. I believe you. It was dark by the time we got back to my apartment. I carried her suitcase inside. The place was a bit of a mess. A pile of laundry was sitting on the couch. She stood in the doorway, surveying the scene. "You're still a slob." I felt a little embarrassed. I quickly scooped up the clothes and shoved them into the washing machine. Didn't have time to clean up. "It's fine," she said. She laid her suitcase down and unzipped it. I watched her unpack. I still couldn't believe it. "So you were hiding this from me the whole time?" She glanced up at me. "I wasn't hiding it. You just never noticed." I thought back. There were probably a ton of clues. She never used the men's locker room. She always had an excuse to skip gym class. She never took her shirt off in the summer, no matter how hot it got. But I always just thought she was a shy guy. "Then why did you wait until now to?" "To what?" She cut me off. "To tell me." I nodded, like a complete moron. She closed her suitcase, stood up, "Because it didn't matter. This is fine, isn't it?" "What part of this is fine?" I thought to myself. "I have no idea how to act around you now." She stretched, and the bottom of her trench coat lifted slightly, revealing the curve of her waist. I looked away. "Where do I sleep?" she asked. I pointed to my bedroom. "You take the bed. I'll take the couch." She raised an eyebrow. So polite, all of a sudden. I ran a hand through my hair. "Can't have a girl sleeping on the couch." The words sounded weird coming out of my mouth. A girl. Sam. Putting those two together still felt wrong. She smiled. "Thanks." She picked up her suitcase and went into the bedroom. I stood in the living room, zoned out for a minute. Then I started clearing off the couch. This thing was a little small. I'd have to curl up to even fit, but it was better than her sleeping out here. She called out from the bedroom. "Leo, where are the towels?" I walked to the bedroom door. It was open. She was digging through her suitcase. She pulled out her pajamas. It was a silk camisole. I froze for a second. "In the bathroom closet." "Okay," she said. She grabbed her pajamas and walked out. As she passed me, I caught a faint, pleasant scent. Not perfume, some kind of body wash. But I didn't own any body wash that smelled like that. She went into the bathroom, closed the door. The sound of the shower started. I sat on the couch, listening to the water run, feeling like I was in a dream. 20 minutes later, she came out, wearing that silk cami. It was short, thigh-high. Her legs were long and pale. Her wet hair was draped over her shoulders. A drop of water trickled down her collarbone. I shot up from the couch. "I'm gonna go shower." I bolted into the bathroom, shut the door, leaned against it, and took a deep breath. Damn it. What the hell was happening? When I came out, she was sitting on the couch, dried her hair with a towel. I was wearing my pajamas, fully covered. "Where's the hairdryer?" she asked. I pointed to a drawer. "Over there." She got up to get it, plugged it into the wall, and started drying her hair. I sat on the other end of the couch, trying my best not to look at her, but I could still see her out of the corner of my eye. Her arms, her legs, her profile. The sound of the hair dryer stopped. She put it down and turned to look at me. "Leo, yeah, why are you so nervous?" I was at a loss for words. "I'm not nervous." She moved a little closer, looking at me. "Your ears are bright red." I subconsciously touched my ear. It was a little hot. "It's warm in here," I said. She smiled. Didn't press the issue. "We should check out your gaming center tomorrow," she said. "Sure," I nodded. "Still play?" she asked. "Yeah," I said. "Want to run a game?" she challenged, raising an eyebrow. "Let's do it." I got my laptop, fired up the game. She leaned over to watch. Her hair brushed against my arm. It tickled. I scooted over a little. "Could you move back a bit?" I said. "It's hot." She didn't move. "We always used to sit like this." "That was then," I said. She didn't say anything, but she didn't move either. The match started. I picked an ADC. She picked a support and followed me. "Watch your positioning," she said. I know. I was getting frustrated. I played horribly that round. I kept getting distracted. Her scent was driving me crazy. "You're off your game tonight," she said. "Yeah," I mumbled. "Is it because of me?" she asked. I didn't answer, which was basically an answer. She smiled. "You'll get used to it." How am I supposed to get used to this? I thought. After one match, I shut my laptop. "Let's get some sleep," I said. She stood up. "Good night," walked into the bedroom, and closed the door. I lay down on the couch. My legs were cramped. It was uncomfortable, but the feeling in my chest was worse. I tossed and turned, unable to sleep. I got up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. As I passed the bedroom door, I heard a noise from inside. Still awake, I knocked. The door opened. She was standing there, wearing that same silk cami. It was a little rumpled. Can't sleep, she said. The bed feels weird. Oh, I said. Want to run another game? She suggested. I glanced at her. You're not tired? Not at all, she said. Come on. So we were back in the living room, laptops open. We played 2 more games. Won both. But something still felt off. Leo, she said suddenly. Yeah. Do you still see me as your friend? My hand slipped on the mouse. I missed a creep. Of course, I said. But I wasn't so sure myself. She didn't say anything else. As the 3rd match started, she picked a super aggressive support. She played like a maniac. I just followed her, cleaning up the kills. You're on fire tonight, I said. She didn't turn around. I'm always on fire. That much was true. She was always an aggressive player. Even more than me. After the 3rd game, the sun was starting to come up. Let's sleep, I said. She nodded and went back to her room. I lay on the couch, thinking about her question. Do you still see me as your friend? Maybe. Probably not. It was almost noon when I woke up the next day. My back was killing me. Sleeping on the couch is torture. The bedroom door was open. She was gone. I sat up and saw breakfast on the dining table. Coffee and bagels. There was a note under one of the cups. Went to grab us breakfast. You were still sleeping, so I didn't wake you. The handwriting was neat and elegant. A world away from her old chicken scratch. I stared at the note, dumbfounded. Sam bought breakfast and left a note. This was getting weirder and weirder. As I was eating, the door opened. She walked in, carrying a shopping bag. You're up? She asked. I swallowed a bite of bagel. Yeah. She came over, put the bag on the table. Bought you a shirt. I was stunned. What? The one you were wearing yesterday was pilling. She said it so matter-of-factly. I looked down at my t-shirt. She was right, it was... But she never used to care about stuff like that. Thanks, I said. She waved it off. It was nothing. After breakfast, we went to my gaming center. It's right downstairs from my apartment. Not huge. A dozen or so setups. But business was decent. The second we walked in, my manager, Kevin, let out a whistle. Boss, bringing your girlfriend by. I shot him a glare. Don't be an idiot. This is my friend. The words felt wrong as soon as I said them. Kevin gave me a knowing look. Right. Friend. I didn't bother trying to explain. Sam didn't seem to care. She found an open station and sat down. Get her set up, I said. Play whatever you want. She logged in. I sat next to her and watched. The way she played hadn't changed. She still frowned when she was concentrating. Still bit her lip when things got intense. What are you looking at? She suddenly asked, turning her head. I looked away. Nothing. She smiled. Didn't call me out. Around noon, I ordered some takeout. We ate out of cardboard boxes in the gaming center. She snapped a pair of disposable chopsticks in half. I have an interview this afternoon. I looked up. An interview for what? A job, she said. Can't crash at your place forever. Oh, I said. My stomach felt a little tight. Where at? It's nearby, she said. Over at the tech campus. I nodded. Didn't ask any more questions. That afternoon, she really did go to her interview. I sat in the gaming center, feeling anxious. Couldn't focus on my game. Kept losing. Kevin came over. Boss, is that beautiful woman really your friend? I glared at him. What else would she be? Doesn't look like it, he said. You two look good together. I kicked his chair. Get lost. He laughed and scurried away. I tried to play another game. Still lost. Finally, I just gave up. Stared at the front door, spacing out. Why was her interview taking so long? Did something happen? Then I thought, why do I care? She's my friend. It's normal to be concerned. But it also felt not normal. After wrestling with it for a while, I couldn't help myself. I sent her a text. Done yet? She didn't reply. I got more agitated. Sent another one. Wanting to come pick you up. Still nothing. I couldn't sit still anymore. I grabbed my car keys. I'm heading out for a bit, I told Kevin. I drove over to the tech campus and just circled the area. I didn't even know the exact address of her interview. I felt like an idiot. Finally, I pulled over to the side of the road and called her. It rang for a while before she picked up. Hello. Her voice came through the speaker. I let out a sigh of relief. Are you done? Yeah, she said. Just finished. Where are you? I asked. South entrance of the campus, she said. What? No reason, I said. Just happened to be in the area. Thought I'd give you a ride. She paused for a moment. You don't even know where I am. Took a guess, I said, trying to sound casual. 10 minutes later, she got in the car. Buckled her seatbelt. How'd it go? I asked. It was okay, she said. I'll hear back from them. I nodded, started the car. Heading home. Yeah. She leaned back against the seat. She looked a little tired. Exhausted. I asked. A little, she said. The interviewer just kept staring at me. My grip on the steering wheel tightened. Was it a guy or a girl? A guy, she said. Pretty young. Oh, I said. I felt a knot in my stomach. What's wrong? She asked. Nothing, I said. We drove the rest of the way in silence. When we got home, she wanted to take a shower first. I sat on the couch, thinking about that male interviewer. Young, staring at her. I didn't like it. Not one bit. She came out of the shower, wearing that silk cami again. She sat down next to me. Leo. Yeah. How did you know I was at the tech campus today? I froze. Just a guess. Were you following me? She asked. No, I denied, but my ears were getting hot. She smiled. Didn't ask again. We ordered takeout for dinner. Ate in the living room. She got a super spicy bowl of ramen. Her lips were red from the spice. She kept sucking in air. Why do you order spicy food if you can't handle it? I said. She stuck her tongue out. Because I was craving it. The gesture was kind of cute. I looked away. After dinner, she offered to do the dishes. I watched her standing at the sink. Her long hair was tied up, revealing the nape of her neck. The line was graceful. I took a sip of water. Do you have more interviews tomorrow? I asked. Yeah, she said. 2 more. Where? Still at the tech campus, she said. Are you going to come pick me up again? Yeah, I said, and then realized how eager that sounded. I quickly added, if I'm in the area. She didn't turn around, but I had a feeling she was smiling. The next day, she left early again. I slept until noon, then went to the gaming center to manage the store. At 3 p.m., I got a text from her. I'm done. I immediately replied. Where are you? South Entrance, she said. Be right there, I replied. I drove over to pick her up. She seemed to be in a good mood this time. Went well. I asked. Yeah, she said. I really liked the last company. Oh, I said. What kind of company? A game developer, she said. It's a perfect fit. I nodded. Didn't say anything. I had mixed feelings. If she got a job, she would have to move out. That was a good thing, but I wasn't happy about it. Leo, she said suddenly. Yeah. Let's watch a movie tonight. I was taken aback. What? It's been a while, she said. We used to watch them all the time. That was true. We used to rent a private room at the gaming center and watch movies all the time. Horror movies. She was scared of ghosts. She would always lean on me. But now, all right, I said. On the way home, we bought some snacks. That night, we sat on the couch, watching a movie on the projector. She picked a horror movie. Aren't you scared? I asked. Of course I am, she said. But you're here, right? She used to say that all the time, too. But it felt different hearing it now. The movie started. She was hugging a pillow, huddled on the far end of the couch. I sat on the other end. There was enough space for 2 more people between us, but it felt incredibly close. Halfway through the movie, there was a jump scare. She screamed and launched herself at me. Her arms wrapped around my arm. Her soft body was pressed against mine. Her hair brushed against my cheek. It smelled good. I was completely frozen. My arm was just hanging in the air. I didn't know whether to put it down or wrap it around her. Is it over? She mumbled, her face buried in my shoulder. I was staring at the screen, but I had no idea what was happening in the movie. Yeah, I said, my voice a little hoarse. She didn't move, still hugging my arm. The softness of her chest was pressed against me. My heart was pounding. Sam, I said. Yeah. She looked up. Her eyes were watery, like a startled deer. Can you let go? I said. It's hot. She just looked at me. Didn't let go. It was never hot before. That was then, I said. She suddenly smiled. Leo, your heart is beating really fast. I was speechless. She let go of my arm and went back to her spot, but she didn't move too far away and continued to watch the movie. But I couldn't focus at all. All I could think about was the feeling of her body against mine and her scent. The movie ended. She stretched. Still hate ghosts, she said. Then why do you watch these movies? I said. She smiled. For the thrill. She got up to take a shower. I sat on the couch. Didn't move for a long time. That night, I couldn't sleep again. I kept thinking about the moment she jumped into my arms, thinking about her eyes, thinking about her scent. It's over, Leo. I told myself. You're falling for your best friend. She didn't have any interviews the next day. She stayed home to rest. I went to the gaming center, but my mind was somewhere else. Kevin came over. Boss, that beautiful lady from yesterday is back. I looked up and saw Sam standing at the entrance. She was wearing a dress. It was the first time I'd ever seen her in a dress. It was light blue, came down to just above her knees. Her legs were long and pale. I stood up. What are you doing here? She walked over. I was bored. Came to play some games with you. Oh, I said. I felt like everyone in the place was staring at us. Let's use a private room, I said. She nodded and followed me into the room. It was small, just the two of us. I closed the door, shutting out the prying eyes. I let out a sigh of relief. She logged into her computer. Want to play ranked? Sure, I said. We queued up for a duo match. She played mid lane. I played jungle. We had perfect synergy. We won 3 games in a row. Your game is back, she said. Yeah, I said. To be honest, I was still a little distracted. She was sitting next to me. Her dress was a little short, even shorter when she was sitting. Her leg was very close to mine, almost touching. I could feel the warmth of her skin. Leo, she said suddenly. Yeah, you seem to be zoning out a lot lately. I was at a loss for words. No, I'm not. Is it because of me? She asked. My hand slipped on the keyboard. I missed an ability. No, I said. She didn't ask again, but I had a feeling she knew. After gaming, we went out to eat. To the diner, downstairs. She ordered a burger. I got a BLT. I'll probably be starting work next week, she said. My fork stopped midway to my mouth. That soon? Yeah, she said. I need to start looking for a place. I looked down at my food. No rush, I said. You can stay at my place for a while longer. She looked up at me. Want to be inconvenient? No, I said. I'm used to it. She smiled. Okay. After dinner, we walked home. The evening breeze felt nice. She walked beside me, humming a song, a tune I'd never heard before. Something new, I asked. Yeah, she said. I heard it while I was abroad. Oh, I said. I suddenly realized. I didn't know anything about her life during the years she was away. Was it fun over there? I asked. It was okay, she said. The food was terrible, though. I miss your mom's cooking. I smiled. My mom was just asking why you haven't come over for dinner yet. Let's go tomorrow, she said. I haven't had Auntie's cooking in forever. We got to my apartment building. I took out my keys to open the door. She was standing behind me, very close. I could feel her breath on the back of my neck. It tickled. The door opened. We went inside. She took off her shoes. As she bent over, the collar of her dress dipped a little low. I immediately looked away. I'm going to shower, she said. Okay, I nodded. I sat on the couch, listening to the sound of the water. My mind was a mess. She came out of the shower, still in that camisole, but she was wearing shorts today, which was a slight improvement, but her legs were still bare, pale, and long. She was drying her hair as she sat down next to me. Leo, yeah, can you help me dry my hair? I was stunned. You always do it yourself. I'm tired today, she said, and handed me the towel. I took it, hesitated for a moment, but still moved behind her, and started to dry her hair. Her hair was so soft and damp. It smelled good. My movements were a little stiff. A little harder, she said. I applied more pressure. Is this okay? She hummed. Her voice was a little lazy. After a while, her hair was mostly dry. I put the towel down. All done. Thanks, she said, and turned to look at me. Her eyes were shining. Leo, your ears are red again. I touched my ear. It's hot. It's not hot today, she said. I stood up. I'm going to shower, and escaped into the bathroom. I looked at myself in the mirror. My ears were definitely red. My face was a little flushed, too. Damn it, Leo. You're pathetic. When I came out, she had already gone back to her room. I lay down on the couch. Part of me was relieved. Part of me was disappointed. What I was disappointed about, I couldn't say. In the middle of the night, I heard the bedroom door open. She came out to get a drink of water. I pretended to be asleep. I felt her walk over to the couch. She stood there for a moment. Then, something soft was gently draped over me. It was a blanket. I heard her footsteps retreat. The sound of the bedroom door closing. I opened my eyes, looked at the blanket covering me. My heart felt warm and a little bit pained. The next day, we went to my parents' house for dinner. My mom stared at Sam for a long time when she saw her. Is this Sam? Sam smiled and nodded. Hi, Andy. My mom took her hands and looked her up and down. Oh my goodness, you've changed so much. I almost didn't recognize you. My dad, standing to the side, pushed up his glasses. She always looked like a pretty girl, even as a kid. Now, she's even more beautiful. Sam looked a little embarrassed. I stood there, feeling a strange sense of wonder. Before, whenever she came over for dinner, my mom would slap her on the shoulder and say, "Kid, you've gotten taller again." Now, she was holding her hands, her voice gentle. During dinner, my mom kept putting food on her plate. "Eat up. You got so thin while you were away." Sam's bowl was piled high with food. She shot me a look, begging for help. I pretended not to see her and focused on my food, trying to hide my smile. "Leo," my mom suddenly called out to me. "Yeah. Is Sam staying with you for now?" I nodded. "Yeah." "Then you better take good care of her," my mom said. "Don't be as careless as you usually are." "Okay," I said, feeling my ears get hot. Sam kicked me under the table. I looked up at her. She winked at me, as if to say, "See?" Dinner was lively. My dad asked her about her life abroad. My mom asked her what kind of job she was looking for. I was mostly silent, chiming in occasionally. After dinner, Sam helped my mom with the dishes. I sat on the couch with my dad, watching TV. "Sam is a good kid," my dad said suddenly. "Yeah," I said. "I could tell she was going to be a beauty even when she was little," my dad added. I turned to look at him. "You knew she was a girl back then?" My dad laughed. "Of course I did. You were the only idiot who didn't know." I was speechless. After doing the dishes, Sam came out, her face still a little damp. "Let's go," she said. "Your mom wants us to take some fruit home." My mom came out with a bag of apples. "Leo, remember to take good care of Sam." I said I would. As we were leaving, my mom was still reminding me. "Take good care of Sam." On the way downstairs, I asked her, "What did my mom say to you?" She smiled. "I'm not telling you." "Whatever," I said, not pressing the issue. But I was a little curious. When we got home, she started peeling an apple. Her technique was flawless. The peel came off in one continuous strip. "When did you learn to peel apples?" I asked. "I've always known how," she said. She cut off a slice and handed it to me. I took it and took a bite. It was sweet. "Your mom asked me," she said suddenly, "if I have a boyfriend." I choked on my apple and started coughing. She quickly patted my back. "What are you so worked up about?" I finally caught my breath. "What did you say?" I said no. She continued, still peeling the apple. "And then," I asked. "And then she asked me what kind of guy I'm looking for," she said. I told her as long as he's easy on the eyes. "Oh," I said, that weird feeling creeping back into my stomach. "Leo," she called out to me. "Yeah." "What kind of girl do you like?" I was taken aback. "Why are you asking?" "Just curious," she said. "I've never heard you talk about it." I thought for a moment. "I don't know. I guess it depends on the feeling." She nodded. Didn't ask again, but I felt like she was a little disappointed. That night, we played games. She played especially aggressively, charging at anyone she saw. I could barely keep up with her. "Slow down," I said. She ignored me and kept charging. We ended up losing. She put down her mouse. "I'm done. I'm tired." And with that, she went back to her room. I sat in front of the computer, a little bewildered. Was she mad? Why? I couldn't figure it out. Women were a mystery. Even her. For the next few days, she was busy with her new job. I went to the gaming center every day, but my mind was always on her. Kevin said I'd been like a ghost lately. I told him he didn't know anything. The truth was I didn't either. On Friday night, she came home late, said she had dinner with her new colleagues. I sat on the couch, waiting for her. It was almost 11 when she got back. She had a smile on her face. Looked like she'd had a good time. "Did you drink?" I asked. She nodded. "A little." She was a little unsteady on her feet. I helped her to the couch. "Why did you drink so much?" "I was happy," she said. "My colleagues are all really nice." "Oh," I said. I went to get her a glass of honey water. When I came back, she was leaning against the couch, her eyes closed. Her long eyelashes cast a shadow on her cheeks. I gently nudged her. "Drink some water." She opened her eyes, took the glass, and drank it slowly. "Leo." "Yeah, I met someone today," she said. "A guy." My heart skipped a beat. "Oh, he's pretty handsome," she added. I clenched my fists. And then nothing," she smiled. "Just thought I'd let you know." I unclenched my fists. "Oh." She finished her water, handed the glass back to me. "Thanks." "No problem," I said. I was about to go put the glass away when she grabbed my wrist. "Now, why aren't you asking?" I turned to look at her. "Asking what?" "Asking who he is. What does that have to do with me?" I said. My voice was a little cold. She looked at me, her eyes shining. "It has everything to do with you," she said. "What if I told you? He's asking me out." I was stunned. My heart felt like it was being squeezed. "Then, congratulations," I said. My voice was shaky. She let go of my hand. The smile on her face faded. Forget it, she said. I'm going to shower. I watched her walk away, my mind in turmoil. Who was this guy? What did he look like? Would he treat her right? A million questions popped into my head, but I had no right to ask. She was my friend. That was it. But why did it hurt so much? When she came out of the shower, she didn't say a word to me, just went straight to her room. I lay on the couch, tossing and turning. Finally, I got up and knocked on her door. Sam. No answer. I knocked again. Are you asleep? The door opened. She was standing there, in her pajamas. What? Her tone was cold. That guy, I said. Is he good to you? She raised an eyebrow. You're asking now? I ran a hand through my hair. It took me a minute to process. She leaned against the doorframe. He's okay. He bought me dinner. Said he wants to take me to a movie. Oh, I said. The knot in my stomach tightened. Do you? I hesitated. Do you like him? She smiled. What do you think? I couldn't guess. And I didn't want to. Whatever you want, I said. I turned to leave. She grabbed my arm. Leo, you're jealous. It wasn't a question. It was a statement. I froze. No, I'm not. The denial was quick, but not convincing. She moved a little closer, looking at me. You were so jealous. I could smell her scent, mixed with a hint of alcohol. It was intoxicating. No, I said again. My voice was quieter this time. She let out a soft laugh. Coward. She was about to close the door. I put my hand out to stop it. Sam. Yeah. Don't go to the movies with him, I said. My voice was barely a whisper. She was stunned. Why? Because. I took a deep breath. I don't like it. She looked at me, her eyes shining brighter than I'd ever seen them. Why don't you like it? What do you think? I said, looking back at her. No, you tell me, she challenged. My mind went blank. I leaned down and kissed her. She was so soft, softer than I could have imagined. She tasted sweet, like honey water. She stiffened for a moment, and then she kissed me back, her arms wrapped around my neck. We kissed for a long time, until we were both breathless. When we finally pulled apart, we were both panting. She looked at me, her eyes glistening. Leo, you finally admitted it. I looked at her. Admitted what? That you like me? Duh, I said. Why else would I kiss you? She smiled. Then why didn't you say so before? I didn't know before, I said. But I know now. She kissed me again. Harder this time. I wrapped my arms around her waist, pulling her closer. Our bodies were pressed together. I could feel both of our hearts pounding, fast and loud. Leo, she whispered against my lips. I've waited so long. I held her tighter. I'm sorry. I was so stupid. She shook her head. It's okay. It's not too late. When I woke up the next morning, she was asleep next to me, on the couch. We had actually fallen asleep on the couch. Her head was resting on my arm, her face buried in my chest. Her breathing was steady. I shifted slightly. She immediately held me tighter. Don't move, she mumbled, still half asleep. Her voice was soft. I smiled. Okay. I wouldn't move. I just watch her sleep. The sunlight streamed in through the window, falling on her hair, making it glow. It was beautiful. She slowly opened her eyes, saw me looking at her, froze for a moment, and then smiled. Morning. Morning, I said. Sleep well. Very well, she said. Except the couch is too small. I nodded. It is. You take the bed tonight, I said. I'll take the couch. She shook her head. We'll both take the bed. I was stunned. Is that a good idea? She raised an eyebrow. After last night, you're still shy. My ears got hot. No, it's just. You'll get used to it, she said. We'll be sleeping together from now on, anyway. From now on. Those words made my heart race. Sam. Yeah, what are we now? I asked. She looked at me. What do you think? Boyfriend and girlfriend? I asked tentatively. She smiled. What else? Friends with benefits? I was speechless. She pinched my cheek. Idiot. Of course we're boyfriend and girlfriend. I let out a sigh of relief. Good. We got up to get ready. Squeezed into the bathroom to brush our teeth together. Our reflections in the mirror. In our pajamas. Our hair a mess. But we looked right together. She spit out the toothpaste. Leo, yeah, can you put my hair up? I finished brushing my teeth. Took the hair tie from her. And tied her hair back. My technique was clumsy. The ponytail was a little crooked. She looked in the mirror. You're terrible at this. First time, I said. You'll get more practice, she said. I nodded. Okay. We went downstairs for breakfast. The diner owner saw us come in together. A knowing smile spread across her face. "Morning, you two." "Morning," I said. I ordered coffee and bagels. She ordered pancakes. As she was ordering, I took her hand under the table. She glanced at me, her eyes soft. After breakfast, I drove her to work. She was starting her first day. I nodded. "I'll drive you." She smiled. "Okay." I dropped her off in front of her office building. She unbuckled her seatbelt. "I'm heading in." "Okay," I said. I watched her get out of the car, walk to the entrance. Then she suddenly turned around and ran back and knocked on my window. I rolled it down. "What's wrong?" She leaned in and kissed me on the cheek. "Forgot this." And then she ran off. I was frozen in place. Watched her disappear into the building. My heart felt like it was full of sugar. I drove to the gaming center. Kevin saw me. "Boss is in a good mood today." "Yeah," I said. "Is it that obvious?" "Very obvious," he said. "You're smiling from ear to ear." I touched the corner of my mouth. I was definitely smiling. "Good news?" he asked. "Yeah," I said. "Good news." I was smiling even while I was gaming. Won several matches in a row. Around noon, she sent me a text. "Have you eaten yet?" "Not yet," I replied. "You?" "Eating now." She sent a picture. The food in her company's cafeteria looked decent. "How are your colleagues?" I asked. "They're nice," she said. "There's one girl who's super friendly." "What about the guys?" I asked. She sent a smiley face emoji. "Jealous." "A little," I admitted honestly. "Don't worry," she said. "You're the only one for me." I stared at that message and smiled like an idiot for a long time. Kevin walked by, shook his head. "You're a lost cause." That afternoon, I closed the shop early to go pick her up from work. I parked across the street from her office and watched her come out. She was wearing a professional outfit, high heels. She looked very sophisticated. She saw my car and ran over, smiling. "Got in." "How long have you been waiting?" "Just got here," I said. I leaned over to help her with her seatbelt. As I got closer, I could smell her perfume. "New perfume?" I asked. "Yeah," she said. "A colleague recommended it." "Do you like it?" "I like it," I said, "but I like your natural scent more." I didn't say that out loud. We drove home. At a red light, I turned to look at her. She was looking out the window. Her profile was beautiful. "Sam." "Yeah." She turned her head. I leaned in and kissed her. A quick peck. "Welcome home." She smiled. "Thanks." The car behind us honked. The light had turned green. I quickly sat up straight and started driving again. She was looking at me, smiling. "Leo, your ears are red again." "It's hot," I said. She didn't call me out, just smiled. 9. That night, we really did sleep in the same bed. My bed wasn't that big. It was a little crowded with both of us, but it was warm. She was nestled in my arms. Her hair tickled my chin. "Lao." "Yeah." "Tell me a story." "I don't know any," I said. "Then sing me a song." "I can't sing." She looked up at me. "Then what can you do?" "I can kiss you," I said, and I leaned down and kissed her. She kissed me back, her arms wrapped around my neck. We kissed for a long time, until we were both breathless. "Leo," she said in a low voice. "Yeah." "Do you want to?" I was stunned. "What?" "What do you think?" she said, looking at me. Her eyes were shining in the dark. My throat was dry. "Yes." But what?" she asked. "Is it too soon?" I said. "A little." She smiled. "We've known each other for 20 years. And you think this is fast?" I thought about it. She had a point. "Well," I looked at her. "Is it okay?" She didn't answer with words. She answered by kissing me. Her hand slipped under my shirt. My breath hitched. I rolled over, pinning her beneath me. "Sam." "Yeah." "I really like you," I said. "I've liked you for a long time. I just didn't know it." She caressed my face. "I know. That's why I came back." We continued to kiss. Our clothes came off, one by one, falling to the floor. The moonlight streamed in through the window, falling on her body. She was beautiful. I gently kissed her shoulder, her collarbone, her chest. She trembled slightly and let out a soft moan. "Leo." She called my name. Her voice was thick with desire. I held her tighter. "I'm here." She winced a little when I entered her. I stopped. "Does it hurt?" "A little," she said. "Is this your first time?" "Yeah." I was stunned. "You." "What about me?" she said, looking at me. "You thought I was hooking up with everyone abroad?" I didn't say anything, but that's exactly what I thought. She smiled. "Silly. I was waiting for you. My heart melted. I leaned down and kissed her. Thank you. My movements became more gentle. She slowly relaxed and started to respond to me. We made love slowly, gently, like we were dancing a familiar dance. We were both sweating when we finished. She was lying in my arms, her fingers tracing circles on my chest. Leo, yeah, not bad. Thanks, I said. First time? She asked. Yeah, I said. Do you believe me? I believe you, she said. You used to be afraid to even hold a girl's hand. I smiled. I'm not afraid anymore. Not only can I hold your hand, I can do other things too. She pinched me. Jerk. I took her hand. Only for you. We fell asleep in each other's arms. I slept better that night than I ever had before. 10. The next day was Saturday. We slept until noon. She opened her eyes first, looked at me, and smiled. Morning. Morning, I said. Sleep well. Very well, she said, except my back is a little sore. I reached over and started to rub her back. Here. She sighed contentedly. You're good at this. I've had practice, I said. She raised an eyebrow. Practicing on who? On you, I said. In my dreams. She laughed. Such a sweet talker. We showered together, washed each other's backs. It felt so intimate, like we were a real couple. After the shower, she wore my t-shirt as pajamas. It was huge on her, came down her thighs. Her legs were bare. It was very tempting. I wrapped my arms around her from behind. Sam, yeah. Move in with me, I said. Don't look for an apartment. She turned to look at me. Are you serious? Yeah, I said. I want to wake up and see you every day. She smiled. Okay. We went downstairs for breakfast. No, wait. Lunch. The diner owner saw us wearing matching t-shirts. Her smile was even more knowing. You two are up late today. Yeah, I said. As she was ordering, I took her hand under the table. She glanced at me, her eyes full of affection. After lunch, we went to the supermarket to buy groceries. We had decided to cook dinner at home. She pushed the shopping cart. I followed her, like a normal couple. What do you want to eat? She asked. Honey glazed ribs, I said, the way you make them. She smiled. You still remember? Of course, I said. I used to love it when we ate at your place. Your mom always made it. It was only later that I found out you were the one who cooked it. She nodded. I'll make it for you every day from now on. We bought a lot of groceries and some snacks. At the checkout, I saw the family planning aisle. She looked at me. Should we get some? Yeah, I said, just in case. She smiled. Already thinking about next time? Many next times, I said. She blushed a little. Jerk. When we got home, she cooked. I was her assistant, which mostly meant I just stood there and watched. She was wearing an apron, busy in the kitchen. It was a very domestic scene, very warm. I wrapped my arms around her from behind. Sam. Yeah. This is nice. She said. It'll be like this from now on. During dinner, she asked me, Leo. Yeah. So are we officially together now? Of course, I said. Since yesterday. She nodded. Then you have to be good to me. Of course, I said. Who else would I be good to? She smiled. That's more like it. After dinner, we watched a movie. A horror movie again. She was still scared. But this time, she just buried herself in my arms. I held her. It felt so good. Leo. Yeah. Are you scared? She asked. Not all, I said. I have you. She looked up at me. Shouldn't I be the one saying that? Same difference, I said. We're together. She nodded. Yeah, together. I didn't pay any attention to the movie. I was too busy looking at her. She was in my arms. So content. Before we went to sleep, she looked at me. Lao. Yeah. Tell me about your past. What about my past? Well, she hesitated. Have you ever liked anyone else? I thought for a moment. I guess. I had a crush on a class president in middle school and the most popular girl in high school. But they were just crushes. I never had the guts to say anything. She nodded. Anyone else? I dated someone in college, I said. Broke up after 3 months. Why? She hated that I played video games all the time, I said. Not like you. You play games too. She smiled. That's why we're a perfect match. Exactly, I said. What about you? I asked. Did anyone ask you out while you were abroad? Yeah, she said. A lot of guys. My heart sank a little. And then nothing, she said. I turned them all down. Why? Because. She looked at me. I already had someone in my heart. I was stunned. Who? Take a guess, she said. I had a feeling I knew, but I still asked. Who was it? An idiot, she said. An idiot who knew me for 20 years and never realized I was a girl. I pulled her into a hug. I am sorry. It's okay, she said. As long as you know now. We kissed, gently, as if to confirm that this was all real. Sam. Yeah. I love you, I said. It was the first time I'd ever said it. I was a little nervous. She looked at me, her eyes watery. I love you too. I have for a very long time. We fell asleep in each other's arms. This time, there was no hesitation, no cuernis, just pure, unadulterated happiness. End.